Today we're going to be teaching Amy about sales. Hi, Amy.
Hello.
So Amy is 10 years old and Amy is very interested in learning about business, specifically about selling. So today we're going to talk to Amy and we're going to give her her very first lesson on sales. Amy, what do you think is the number one tip for selling? The most important, number one important thing about selling?
I still think it's not to do 100% off.
Not give a 100% discount.
Yep.
That's perfect. That makes perfect sense. Because why?
Because then people get it for free.
Exactly.
There's
Then you're
no
not selling.
point.
Then there's no money in it.
Just giving.
Okay, so are you going to write that in your book for your
Yeah,
first
I've
sales
already done
lesson?
that. I've already done that. 100% off or 99% off.
Okay. So what do you think is the number two most important, the second most important thing to know when you're trying to sell something to someone?
Not to talk to them for too long.
Very good. Very good. But let's first put it in different words before you write it. For me, I would say the most important thing in selling is to talk about them,
Why?
because you want to understand them and their problems, and then you want to help to see if you can solve their problems with what you've got to sell. What happens if what you have to sell won't solve their problem? What happens?
They won't buy it.
Exactly, they won't buy it. You think it's obvious, right? But so many businesswomen out there, do you know what they're doing?
What?
They are selling things to people who don't need it.
Well, that's just pointless.
Exactly.
The people who do need it will not get it, and then they won't buy it.
So basically, what you're saying is spot on. What you're saying is that when we're trying so hard to sell people to people who don't need what we're selling, we're going to miss out on the people who do need what we're selling, right? Mm-hmm. You said it perfectly. So, also, people like to talk about themselves. So it's important that we take time to let people talk about themselves and listen to what they have to say. Why?
I'm not like you.
Why?
Because isn't it like to know what we're meant to sell to them, like or the right thing that we're meant to sell to them?
Exactly.
Because if they have the problem of this has nothing to do with you, oh no, maybe actually, if they have the problem of not knowing how to sell things, like me, then we can give them a business course to learn how to sell things. But if they don't know how to sell things, and somebody else said that they should go on a business course on how to make money, that won't really work, or how to sell just any other thing except for what they're trying to sell. Because if they're trying to sell a book and you give them a thing to sell jewelry, it will lead them in the wrong direction.
And it won't solve their problem.
Yeah, it won't solve them.
So what do you think the third most important thing is in selling? What do you think? So let's recap. What's the first thing that we said?
Don't do 100% off.
Okay, that's just common sense and you won't believe how many people do that. Second thing, what did we say?
Don't not talk to them. Not talk about them. It's kind of confusing. Like, make them talk about themselves.
There we go.
Yeah.
So the second most important thing in selling is to what?
Second.
The second. We're recapping still.
Oh, okay.
To talk to people about themselves. Yes, because we want to understand what their problem is and if our business can solve their problem. Because like you rightly said, if we are trying to sell them something but they don't need it, we're spending all of our time and effort trying to sell something that they don't need, all the while we're missing out the customers who do need what we have to sell. Makes sense, right? So what's the third thing? What would you say, in your opinion, is the third Most important part of selling.
Not get their problem wrong. Like, not to get their problem wrong. So not to know what they're trying to achieve.
So to really understand their problem.
Yeah.
To take time to understand it.
I'm good at talking to people.
And we do that by listening, not by talking, don't we?
Yeah.
So we listen to people until we understand their problem, and then if our business can solve the problem, we offer the solution to them, right?
Huh?
And if our business can't solve the problem, what do?
We try solving the problem.
Well, maybe we don't solve the problem. So there are many things we can do. The first thing we can do is we can refer them.
Wait.
What are you writing?
If selling don't work.
If selling doesn't work. Let's see what she writes, people.
No, sorry.
If selling doesn't work. Because we can't solve their problem, what do we do with them?
Okay, now. Let's my lady, my mom, my teacher. I should be homeschooled.
What do we do if we can't sell to someone? We can't solve their problem. Our business doesn't solve their problem. What do?
We beg them to buy something.
Why? They don't need it. So why? Why bother?
We get money.
But is that how you want to make
No.
money? No. Don't you rather want to make money by actually helping people? And you don't want to be the kind of person that begs people to buy from you, do you?
No, that's why we should ask them in a nice, sincere, dragging on way.
Actually, can I tell you the answer?
Why?
The answer is if we can't help somebody, we should have built up a nice network of other business people and we can refer them. We can say, well, I can't help you with that, but actually I know this person who can. And then you pass business to someone else. Now, doesn't that sound a bit silly because you lose the money?
No, because maybe they'll give you some of the money for suggesting them.
You could charge a referral fee, you're right, you could. You could have partnerships. We call them strategic partnerships, where we partner with other businesses and then they give us a little bit of the sale money as a thank you for passing the business to them. But even if they don't do that, do you know why it's good to do that?
Because you're solving somebody's problem in a way.
That's part of the answer, absolutely. You are still helping that person. So what's going to happen when you help someone?
They'll pay you.
No. What's going to happen is the person you helped will remember that you helped them.
And then they'll come back to you.
They'll come back to you if they ever need what you have to offer. And the person who you gave the business to will also remember you. Why?
Because you referred them.
Because you referred them, exactly. And so what you've done is you've made two people remember you. And if they ever need your services, they'll come back to you. And the person you referred the business to, they will likely refer business back to you. Because if they have a client who they can't help or prospect, they will then send them over to you if you can help them.
But what if the person wasn't like a not very nice person?
That's different. We don't have to deal with people we don't like. Just because we're in business doesn't mean that we have to do business with everyone. If there's somebody in business that we don't like for whatever reason, we're allowed to not do business with them. It's our business after all, isn't it? And all we do is we say, sorry, I can't help you. I wish you the best of luck. Goodbye. End of
Good
conversation.
Day. No, it's good day, not goodbye. Oh, good night. Good night.
So, do you have any final thoughts on sales? Anything that you would say is a sales tip? What's important when you're selling?
To not give up.
Yes. If they might need what you have to offer, if you're sure you can help them, then keep going. Sometimes people say no, but they don't mean no as in no. They mean no as in not right now. Maybe they have a crying baby when you're on the phone to them. So they're saying no because they've got to get off the phone. Actually, they do need what you have to offer, but not right now. Or no can mean, I don't have the money right now, but I'm going to save up. And when I have the money, I'll come back to you.
N-O-N.
No could also mean, if they don't have the money, you can say, well, don't worry, I can help with a payment plan.
But N-O-N.
What's that?
Not right now.
Not right now.
N-O-N.
So that ends today's sales lesson number 1 with Amy D'Souza.
Don't do a sequel of this.
We're going to do many sequels because
Don't.
it's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing your
Don't.
opinion and perspective with us. We've learned so much from you, an amazing 10-year-old. Bye, Amy.